Buddy, this is driving to work video log number 2. I'm with my homeboy Ludwig. Hey buddy, gotta go to work. You excited? Alright, I'm swerving all over. So yeah, I'm on the 118 freeway in Simi Valley. I'm going all the way through, gotta go to Moore Park, and there's really not that much traffic. So I figured I'd make a driving to work video. I made the one yesterday talking about Game of Thrones and how I didn't think the latest episode was very good. So watch that. But today I am going to talk about something else. And, you know, it's Wednesday, I think the 14th or 15th of August. And, of course, it's just nothing but garbage. Trump news and the media talking about, oh, what do you say about white nationalists? While ignoring everything he's doing behind the scenes. So that's annoying. I don't want to talk about that. What I want to talk about is it okay to punch a Nazi? Now, a few months ago, this question came up when Richard Spencer got punched in the face on national TV. And, I mean, at the time, I just kind of thought it was a theoretical question. Is it okay to punch a Nazi? And I thought it was pretty interesting. Thought experiment, and it was also interesting to hear what people said. But I didn't put much thought into it, except for the fact that the reason why you can't really punch Nazis is because everybody kind of calls each other Nazis. There's no standard definition. But I said, if there was a standard definition, and this person standing in front of me fits that description perfectly, then I thought it was okay to punch a Nazi. Why not? Sounds like a good time. Now, as we see that theoretical question, in practice, is not quite so simple. So, last weekend, there was a huge demonstration of white people and white nationalists in Charlottesville. And no doubt, if you're looking for Nazis, that's where they were. Probably almost all of them were at that rally. So if you're looking for Nazis, that's where they're at. And they had like a demonstration, and the police who gave them the okay to do the demonstration called it off last minute. And there were counter-protesters that were kind of waiting in the wings to, back to the original question, punch a Nazi. I heard a story a few years ago about like a wild animal park in like, you know, the South or the Midwest somewhere where all the animals escaped. We're talking lions, tigers, hyenas. We're talking like dozens of animals escaped. And there was a bulletin put out saying, oh, these animals are out there, they gotta shoot to kill, shoot them at sight, shoot them on sight. And it turns out that like all the animals were killed in like 8 hours. It's like, whoa, how did they kill it? Like, how did they kill a tiger? How did that happen? Well, everyone with a gun in a 300-mile radius heard big game hunt in Kentucky. And they were going after tigers. And sure enough, all the tigers got killed. And it was just, they had the greatest time ever. Big game hunt in Kentucky. Well, for these people that don't like Nazis enough to punch them in the face and go confront them, this Unite the Right rally was the equivalent of that safari, you know, losing all the animals. It was a big game safari right in Virginia, and let's see what happens when we punch the Nazi. Now, did they have the right to do it? No, probably not. They were allowed to demonstrate. Can we understand where they're coming from? Absolutely. I mean, you just have to hear 2 sentences out of their mouth and you just get mad. But the more I think about it, the more I think that the fact that they're Nazis shouldn't matter. And the more I hear people say, oh, but they're Nazis, and or you're supporting Nazis by not condemning. No, that shouldn't even matter. So now I come to the conclusion that you shouldn't punch Nazis in the face. And for an even more practical reason, after you punch somebody in the face, it turns out they're still standing there. They still exist. And now they're going to be mad. And when you see like that escalation of the fighting and then the car running into the people, you know, that car running into the people was just an extension of a street fight that escalated into death. And people die in street fights all the time. Now, this one was extra public, and it was a car, and just gruesome, but to me that looked like an extension of a fight. And if you punch a Nazi in the face, you are starting a fight. And there's really no other way that it can end. So, after seeing it in practice, I was wrong. We should not be punching Nazis in the face. We should, you know, if anything, just let them kind of hold their meetings, not give them any media attention, so there's no other, like, you know, white 16-year-olds in the country that see that and go, oh man, there's a group. They say the same things I think in my head. You know, let them just go to the park and just have their meeting. And I think if you are trying to fight Nazis and these ideas, I think that counter protesting and starting the fight just made it worse, because now they got the media attention when nobody even knew that they were going to be having that rally. So no, we should not be punching Nazis in the face. You know, except if you could go in like a time machine, and then now you're back in like the 1940s, and you know, some commanding officer, and you're in the Nazis, and you're a kid, and he gives you some order you don't like. You know what? I imagine myself, you know, punching Nazis in the face in that scenario, but in 2017, no, I'm not gonna do it anymore. Let's say that I really had much more hatred towards these white nationalists than other people. Like, you know, if you're willing to drive down and get into a fight with them, you have some very strong feelings and opinions and emotions, and both sides, the whole argument is just about emotions. It's like, oh, it's nothing but emotions. You have two people fighting over emotions. If you're willing to go down there and start a fight, you have very kind of deep convictions, and I don't think you should be surprised if your fight escalates. And that's what happened. So let's just listen to what people have to say. Don't give them a megaphone, and then with a bigger megaphone of your own, just say a better message. I mean, in the end, if you don't use words, it just turns into a fight. I mean, that's kind of like what war is for. You know, if a country is not going to the table to negotiate with you, you have to go to war to push them to the table or get them out. Literally, fighting is the last recourse when words don't work. And somehow it's just this one Charlottesville thing is just kind of it's just kind of where we're at in our society when there's no exchange of words and just punches. And these people put on helmets and they got clubs. Oh, here we go. I'm getting off at Los Angeles. Hey, we're almost there, buddy. Gotta go to work, buddy. We're almost getting off the freeway. When I get off the freeway, I'll put down the window so you can put your head up. Yeah, I didn't see, did the Nazis have clubs and weapons, and were they ready for a fight? I don't know. But maybe when we saw Richard Spencer the first time get punched in the face, and we all had the discussion, is it okay to punch him in the face? You know what? Let's actually come to an answer. And if it's a good answer, let's just live by it. We'll just tell everybody, no, you're not allowed to punch Nazis. And I don't know, I think a lot of this could have been avoided. All right, here we go. Getting off at, actually, I'm not in Simi, I'm in Moore Park. So getting off at Los Angeles North. There we go. You know, I never know if you need a signal when in these situations, but I just put it on anyway. There's just so many cops around here. Like, the law enforcement is just crazy. Alright, dude. You wanna put your head out the window? I'll put your head out the window. We're almost at work. You're gonna be inside for a little bit. Alright, guess not. Alright, everybody. So if anybody ever asks, are you allowed to punch a Nazi? Just say no. And it's fun to think about, but you should not be starting fights with people no matter what they think. And, you know, if there is a rally where, like, all the Nazis are, there's probably only, like, hundreds of real Nazis out there. So when you see a rally with thousands of people, they're not all Nazis. Some of them definitely were. And the ringleaders and that guy, Richard Spencer, I'm pretty sure he's a Nazi or just pretty close to one. But not everybody is. A lot of people are just, you know, I got into a fraternity in college. I just kind of jumped at the back of the line. And next thing you know, I'm doing the whole entire thing. And I didn't even know what I was getting into. So let's just not assume the worst out of everybody. And you know what, the tiki torches thing, it was terrible optics. I don't know what they were thinking. I think they wanted to do exactly what happened, which was get everybody talking about it, get the counter protesters to show up with weapons and looking for a fight. But then everything's in the media, and it'll all be worth it in the long run, because now all of a sudden our following has 30 more people. All right, well, I gotta go. if you know what, if you didn't like the topic, maybe I won't do political topics. I don't know if that counts as political, but what was I talking about? Media? Oh, punching Nazis. Anyway, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys later. Say bye, Ludwig. Say bye.